A sudden surge of global attention, a room filled with tense diplomats, and a single document placed at the center of the world stage. This is the moment that changed everything. Ukraine's peace plan has become one of the most debated proposals of our time, and the world is watching closely to see whether it will end Europe's largest conflict in generations. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Frontline Report channel, and make sure you subscribe and like the videos, because today we are breaking down the full story behind Ukraine's peace plan, what it truly means, why it matters, and what could come next. This is a plan that some nations hail as the only path to real peace, while others call it unrealistic or even dangerous. But once you understand the layers behind it, you'll see why it has become the defining blueprint for global security in the 21st century. The exterior of this peace plan begins with Ukraine laying out a vision not just for stopping the war, but for building a new security architecture for the entire region. The first point centers on nuclear safety and the protection of major energy facilities, especially after the world witnessed the battles around the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. Ukraine argues that peace cannot begin until nuclear risks are fully neutralized, international inspections are restored, and strict oversight returns. From the outside, this first step looks more like an emergency repair to a cracked foundation, a way to prevent more catastrophe before deeper reconstruction begins. Moving inward to the interior of the plan, the core message is simple but powerful. The territorial integrity of Ukraine must be preserved. This interior principle is intentionally short, clear, and blunt, because it rests on international law that cannot be negotiated. Ukraine states that peace cannot be achieved by rewarding aggression or allowing borders to be redrawn through force. In other words, the heart of the peace plan beats around the belief that sovereignty is the foundation of any lasting agreement. The performance of the plan becomes visible when examining how Ukraine envisions the withdrawal of all occupying forces, the restoration of internationally recognized borders, and the rebuilding of devastated communities. It outlines systems for prisoner exchanges, demining operations, humanitarian corridors, and the revival of destroyed infrastructure. Countries supporting the peace plan say that its performance framework is one of the most detailed ever proposed in modern conflict diplomacy. The idea is not just to end the war, but to make sure the war cannot restart. This includes multi-layered systems for reconstruction, economic support, and long-term monitoring to prevent future escalations. The emphasis is on guaranteeing that regions shattered by artillery fire and missile strikes can return to normal life, with functioning schools, hospitals, water lines, and transportation networks. Another major pillar involves safety features designed to ensure that peace isn't just declared but truly enforced. Among these safety measures is the creation of security guarantees, legally binding commitments from partner nations to defend Ukraine in case of future aggression. Unlike past agreements that failed to deter attacks, these guarantees are intended to be ironclad, with real mechanisms for action, not symbolic promises. Ukraine also highlights the need for justice and accountability, including war crimes tribunals and compensation mechanisms. The safety features underscore the belief that without justice, stability cannot exist. Countries that support the plan argue that these protections create a durable peace, while critics say they risk escalating tensions with nations that feel targeted by accountability measures. What makes the plan unique are its unique selling points, especially its comprehensive, multi-dimensional nature. It's not just a ceasefire proposal. It's not about freezing the conflict. It's a full roadmap to rebuild peace, from nuclear safety to environmental restoration, to the reconstruction of cities, to guaranteeing food and energy security for the world. Ukraine positions the plan as a universal model that could prevent future conflicts beyond its own borders. For many global leaders, this blueprint represents a chance to establish new rules in an era when invasions and territorial seizures are becoming more common. Its unique selling point is that it addresses both the present war and future threats by strengthening laws, security partnerships, and the global system that has been under strain for years. The price of this peace plan isn't a financial number, but a geopolitical cost. Ukraine argues that the true price of peace is a commitment from the international community to uphold the principles of sovereignty and justice, even when it is difficult. Supporting the peace plan requires countries to choose a side between maintaining global order or allowing force to reshape borders. The price also includes massive international investment to rebuild Ukrainian cities that have been obliterated, restore shattered industries, and re-energize displaced communities. Some nations see this price as necessary to prevent a larger war in Europe, while others hesitate due to economic challenges and political calculations. As this peace plan circulates from summit to summit, from capitals to parliaments, its supporters argue that it is the only realistic way to ensure long, lasting stability. Critics say it demands too much, that it doesn't consider compromises. But Ukraine counters that compromise cannot come at the expense of sovereignty or justice. That real peace must be built on truth, not temporary silence. The debate surrounding the peace plan is intense, but the plan's message is clear and unwavering. Peace cannot be achieved through surrender. The future trajectory of the plan depends on global unity. Powerful nations are now deciding whether to back it fully, modify it, or push alternative proposals. But as long as the conflict continues, as long as missiles fly and cities burn, the world will keep looking for a roadmap, and Ukraine intends for its blueprint to be that roadmap. What you need to know is that this peace plan is more than a document. It is Ukraine's declaration of how it believes global security should function in the 21st century. It is a stand against invasion, a stand for justice, and a stand for the rules that prevent global chaos. Whether the world embraces it or not will define the next chapter in European history. And as long as the fight continues, this peace plan remains both a hope for the future and a battleground of ideas shaping the present. Stay tuned, stay informed, and thank you for watching Frontline Report. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video for more deep analysis on global events.